Let me ask you a question. Will you be targeted next year in 2024 as the elections draw closer and closer? Let's talk about it here at Prepper Nation. Welcome to Prepper Nation. I am John. Thank you very much for watching, for listening, shooting a thumbs up, and hitting subscribe here on the channel if you've done so. Truly do appreciate that. Megan D, thank you for this morning's Mean Bean, which is mostly black. I'm mostly riding dirty this morning. So I got to give credit where credit is due. This article was sent to me by Backwoods Prepping here on YouTube. I will link him down below in the video description in case you're interested. Awesome guy, by the way. And he has a wood stove. So this article comes from Newsweek. Newsweek sat down with several people, both current and former employees of the FBI that wish not to be named because they were afraid they're going to be targeted by sitting down with Newsweek. But Newsweek sat down with these people and they admitted, okay, we are targeting, like it or not, we are going to be targeting Trump supporters moving forward as the election draws close. And they were saying they were really in a hard spot, the FBI, because on one hand, you must prevent, in their words, you must be able to prevent another J6. You can't have another event. Me personally, again, this is personal opinion, Google. I don't think it was an insurrection. I think if it was an insurrection, Trump would be president right now. But I digress. The point is, the FBI believes that it was an insurrection. So they don't want a repeat or something even worse. But on the other hand, the people that spoke with Newsweek from the FBI said we must preserve constitutional rights like freedom of speech. So they're saying they're both really important, and we're kind of being pulled into this direction where we have to start watching Trump supporters because we've been led to believe that they're the biggest threat, of course, here in the United States of America. I would argue with that, but whatever. They are focused heavily, as we all know. Nobody can dispute this, right? Nobody can dispute, like the man, hate the man, whatever. Donald Trump, right now, there's a huge focus on him when it comes to Joe Biden's White House, when it comes to the three-letter agencies. They're trying to nail him to the wall. Now, you can sit there, you can say he's guilty of stuff, you can say his hands are totally clean, but the fact remains they have been trying to get this man in a jail cell and out of the election since the last election, since they realized Trump was going to run again. But now their focus is starting to shift a little bit. Kind of the scope is widening now, according to this article, and they're starting to focus heavily on Trump supporters out there. So if you voted for Trump last time or the time before that, or if you've been anywhere on social media and you've said anything positive about Donald Trump, this is going to label you as a MAGA extremist, unfortunately. Hey, we're in the trench together, I guess, because I have multiple times. And according to this article, and this is the kind of stuff when I say propaganda, this is what I'm talking about because propaganda will take stuff and they will spin it. They will spin it until it's like a ball of yarn. And my job, and the reason I'm so hated here on YouTube by the big G, is I like to take this ball of yarn. I like, no, son, let's unspin it. Let's unpack things and look at them as they actually are and not, together like a ball of yarn. So in this article, the comment was made that they are going to be focused on the army of MAGA followers. That's a direct quote from the article. So pay attention to that again. The army of MAGA followers who are, and this is another direct quote, anti government. So both of these are propaganda 101. Okay. First of all, we are not an army All right. The word army was specifically put here in this article, in speaking to the FBI, because they want people who are on the fence or on the left to think that we are heavily militarized. And the J6 was just just a little splash in the pan compared to what's coming. Like we're the biggest threat once again. Second of all, we are not anti-government. At least I'm not anti-government. I can't speak for every single person in here. I'm anti-dysfunctional government. I was talking with the war daddies yesterday. I'm anti use someone in the military and then toss them like they're trash once they're a veteran. Too many homeless veterans out here. I'm anti sending money all over the world to help other citizens out when we have needs here in the United States, by God, America. I'm anti watching soccer moms get targeted because they cared enough to go to a school board meeting. I'm anti all of that. I'm anti spending more money than we actually have, budget wise. I'm anti the political theater that we have in DC, but I'm not anti government. We need government, but we need government that works. What a concept. Government that actually works for the people and represents the people. So again, we're not anti-government. This is propaganda 101. They go on to say, and this is another direct quote, especially during a time when congressional Republicans accuse Biden of weaponizing the Bureau. So some of the Republicans on Capitol Hill have accused Joe Biden, in case you live in a cave and you haven't heard this, have accused Biden of taking these three-letter agencies and weaponizing them. And, you know, I don't know how anybody could dispute that in 2023. I mean, I really don't. In the same article, all right, they're saying, let me go back over this again, especially when congressional Republicans accuse Biden of weaponizing the Bureau, even though earlier in the same article, the same people admitted that they were being weaponized against Trump supporters. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is third. We were talking about it yesterday. This is on the level of Third Reich. The only difference is these people suck at it compared to Goebbels and the Third Reich. They did a much better job. These people are clowns. These are amateurs trying to pull off that kind of propaganda. But look, how can you dispute it? Congressional Republicans, the ones that are saying this, are correct, right? Remember the school board meetings again. Getting back to the school board meetings when a lot of leftist agenda, leftist theme stuff was being taught to our kids in schools. Parents didn't know what was going on. It was being hidden from them. When parents found out, some of the parents cared enough to go to the school board meetings and begin to speak out against it. Does anybody remember this? I didn't dream it, right? And those who dared to speak out against it got the attention of the FBI. The FBI is looking, remember, they were looking at these people like domestic terrorists because they didn't want their kids to read books that had a lot of graphic material in them in the third grade. I'm not sure how that makes you a domestic terrorist, but these people made it onto FBI watch list. So again, I'm with the Republicans on this. These things have been weaponized. We have towns. Let me put it to you in this perspective. We have towns right now here in the United States of America that have the American flag and the Palestinian flag flying hand in hand. Flying hand in hand. You go to the post office, you go to any government building, they have Palestinian flags hanging up. They have pro-support rallies for Hamas, which is a known terrorist organization. These people are openly supporting them, flying the flags the whole 9 yards. This is literally, as they say on Parks and Rec. I love that show. The FBI's job. The FBI literally exists to stop this kind of stuff, to investigate this kind of stuff. Foreign threats that have invaded the United States of America or tend to, mean to do harm to the United States of America. But they are busy, by their own admission now, investigating and keeping an eye on Trump supporters. Like we're the biggest threat. Like most Trump supporters Don't just work 9 to 5 and actually care about the Constitution, right? What is wrong with that? What is wrong with demanding from our government what is promised to us as US citizens? Why does that make us a domestic terrorist? I don't get it. Hardworking moms and dads who go to school board meetings, who write their congressmen, who get on social media when they see some kind of leftist lunacy on there, and they try to counter the argument with facts. Why are these people bad? Why is having the other side of the conversation, why is this not allowed? Again, Third Reich tactics. The FBI admitted in this interview that high profile elections like the presidential election of 2024 will be major flashpoints. They already know it. They already know chaos is coming in 2024 because of the presidential elections. So this morning, because you're here at Prepper Nation and you're part of the prepping community, I know you guys are subscribed to all kinds of channels. That's cool. I subscribe to a lot of channels as well, but I'm going to implore you this morning to watch for people in chat who are trying to agitate you, who are trying to incite violence, who are trying to get you to, in some way, shape, or form, incriminate yourself. Because if they are keeping a keen eye, you know what I'm saying? A keen eye on Trump supporters, they are going to be and probably already are in the prepping community. You know, being in the prepping community, nothing illegal about that. Being a Trump supporter, there's absolutely nothing illegal about that. Don't let these people use fear and scare you into silence. Speak up against it, but do so lawfully. Don't get baited into saying something stupid online because they want Trump supporters in jail. They can't get them there fast enough. Okay. Here's the thing, though. I don't think Donald Trump is the issue. I've said this many, many times, but as the election gets closer and closer, I feel more and more this way. I don't think Trump's the issue. And I believe globalists know this. Trump is symbolic in all of this. You know, he's the one they can point to and say, this is the problem. But the problem far exceeds Donald Trump, the man. I think the problem for globalists, at least, is we've talked about, it's been a long time, the pendulum effect. The pendulum is beginning to swing toward the right wing here in the United States of America. We're going from the far left to the extreme right because I think so many people, so many Americans have bit on the far left narrative for a long time, and they see now with their own eyes it's failing right in front of them. And so they're going to look for a viable alternative to the far left, to all of the wokeness, to all of the, hey, baby, just open the border, son, let them all pour in. They're starting to see it now with their own eyes. They're starting to see the inflation is starting to affect people now. People are beginning to understand our country's not very safe anymore, and they're going to be looking for a second option. And they're going to find that second option in a hard right wing candidate. Maybe Trump, maybe somebody after Trump, who's to say? But this will eventually come to a head. You can bank on it. If you bank on it, pull your money out while you're there. I'm just saying. But it has to. It has to come to a head soon. I mean, I don't know where we end up on the back end. I don't know if Trump supporters and conservatives are behind prison bars somewhere. I really don't. I don't know if we end in a national divorce somehow. If we do, it's probably going to be a bloody one. Just saying, prep for that. I don't know if we have this continual tug of war, left wing, right wing, same bird, blah, 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 until we collapse. You know, all I know is it's about to get very, very, very nasty here in the United States of America. I hope you're not one of these people that are saying, oh, I can't wait for 2024 to get here. Things will be so much better then because they're going to be worse. Sorry, hate to bust your morning up. I know y'all are having fun with the whole what is it, Cyber Tuesday? I don't know. I know y'all are having fun and I just dropped the A bomb on you. Let me know what y'all think in the comments and we'll have a discussion about it at some other time. closer we get to the election. Again, backwoods, thank you very much, brother. Send that intel. Y'all take care and God bless.